It a career, taking a look at the history of one Colin Wilson. 7th overall pick in 2008 for Nashville, 11 seasons in the National Hockey League, and then 2 World Junior tournaments for Team USA. As we just concluded this year's World Junior Tournament, we welcome in Colin Wilson. What's not listed on there is the part that I want to focus in on first, just how brave a person you are. I read your Players Tribune article. You want people with OCD to feel loved and understood, and that took so much courage of you to share. Where did you summon that courage from to be so open and transparent?
Yeah, no, appreciate it. I had, obviously I'd spoken with Robin Lehner as well. And I don't know, not necessarily just people with OCD, but anybody going through a tough time. I think, life can certainly be challenging, whether or not you have a diagnosable, illness or anything like that. So I just wanted people to feel safe about reaching out and knowing that there's so many options, and I've certainly utilized all of them.
Colin, when did you realize that this was a problem for you, OCD?
27 is when I kind of decided, I need to do something about it. I mentioned in the article I was diagnosed at 19. And I kind of bounced around with it. I realized something may not be right. Life shouldn't be quite this stressful. But it wasn't until I was about 27 when kind of the walls started coming in, and I had to do something about it. So that was pretty much the timeline.
Well, thank you for making yourself uncomfortable by coming out to make other people feel comfortable in their own skin. So we appreciate that. I want to talk about your career, and you've played in 2 really great spots in Nashville and Colorado, and from the fan bases to the cities themselves to some of the great talent around you. What are some of your fondest memories of each?
So much in Nashville, obviously, where I started my career, and to watch us, build up as a team and go to the Stanley Cup Finals. The fans were absolutely incredible. It was an amazing place to play. Watch the city build while the fans built, and then to go to Colorado and get to play with, towards the end of my career, maybe next year's Hart Trophy winner, as well as Norris, and Cale Makar. There's some absolute talent in that dressing room, and I'm glad I got to witness it. And a lot of great leadership in Landeskog and Weber and Fisher all around.
You mentioned the Stanley Cup Final. One of the saddest parts of the article was that you really weren't able to enjoy it at the time. Now that there has been time that's passed and you can look back at it in retrospect, so few people get to play in a Cup Final. Are you able to appreciate it more now? Yeah,
I think during it, even though it was challenging, I still had my childhood self being quite excited to be there, but obviously I was hitting kind of, that wall that I mentioned before. But looking back, there was quite a few challenges, but quite a few amazing moments. And even through those tough times and difficulties I had during the finals, I can still look back and be grateful for having been there.
Colin, at the end of a career, I always like to go back and ask guys about the beginning, like that first NHL game. And you came in a unique circumstance. Your dad, Kerry, was a really good NHL player. I remember watching him play for the Rangers among a couple other teams. Your grandfather, Jerry, played in the National Hockey League as well. What do you remember about your first game? Where was it? Who was it against? What are the recollections? Look at that photo. Picture. I love that.
Yeah, they got the Gordon Bombay leather jackets on.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. You know what? I think so. I was hurt during training camp, and I was rehabbing, and they were planning on sending me to the minors. But then I felt better, and they had a spot open, and they were like, "Hey, we want you in against Edmonton tonight." I remember being so excited, getting out there, and it was I just remember being like, wow, this is, I can definitely play here, and I like how organized it is. And as the season progressed, to play against all-stars and people that you grew up watching was pretty amazing.
Well, EJ asked you about the beginning. I want to ask you about now in the next chapter for Colin Wilson. And selfishly, I hope we get more pictures of I think we have one here that we can post of you on your scooter with the dog, which is amazing. I mean, that's living life at the fullest right there, Colin. So, what's up next for you? Can we get more of these?
Well, actually, for Christmas, my girlfriend bought me another wiener dog, so now we have two. Yeah,
one on the back, one on the back, one on the front. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think we have two of those pouches, surprisingly. Outside of raising two wiener dogs, right now I'm in class at Boston University, planning on getting a psychology degree. Hopefully, seeing where that takes me. The plan right now is to do a master's in counseling, be able to help in the mental health realm as well as addiction. But truly, taking it a day at a time. I really don't know if that's what will transpire. But I also mentioned in the article, there's a mental health clinic that I'm involved with already that's in Austin, Texas, and that's opening in the next month. So probably in that realm, and we'll see where all that takes me.
Enjoy your relationship with your girlfriend. She sounds like a keeper.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
We really enjoyed visiting with you. Congratulations on your career, and thanks so much for your candor.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
That's Colin Wilson.